The Android 14 beta reached platform stability with the launch of Beta 3 last month. Many were under the impression that this meant all of the major bugs had been fixed, but as we saw, this wasn't the case at all. Instead, this milestone simply means that it includes all of the APIs that were planned for Android 14. This week, Google has launched Beta 4, and with it we see the company has squashed a ton of bugs that have been spotted by those who have been testing things out. As you can see, we are likely to see a Beta 5 released sometime this month, and if all things go well, an official stable build should be announced in August. At least that is how things are looking on Google's suggested timeline. I have installed the Android 14 Beta 4 update on my Google Pixel 7 Pro here, and today I want to go over all of the bugs that have been fixed with this release. Many people had reported an issue that caused notifications to stop showing up. They have also noticed that the quick settings tile had stopped working as well. This was fixed with a quick reboot, but now with Android 14 Beta 4, the underlying bugs that caused these issues has now been fixed. Another group of testers found that a bug was present that caused VoIP applications to stop recording audio if the screen had been locked or when the app was minimized to the background. So if you had noticed this with the previous beta releases, then that will no longer happen with this new update. A couple other bug reports pointed out that the title of a song that was playing would suddenly disappear, or the title would be replaced with other data after you had switched from the always on display over to the lock screen. These bugs have been fixed as well. Some people were having an issue where the device would no longer accept a charge, while others pointed out that the phone would indeed continue to charge, but would prompt the user about an issue with the connected charging cable or its accessory. Thankfully, Google was able to figure out what was going on here, and this will no longer happen with the latest beta of Android 14. There's also been a bug fixed that sometimes caused the Android System Intelligence service to randomly crash. And now those were just the top resolved issues that were reported by developers and the Android community themselves. But we can see the bug fixes do not end there. Other bug fixes for Android 14 Beta 4 include an issue where the Health Connect API wouldn't return the correct data to apps that were calling for it. Some people noticed that their phone would randomly go into a boot loop, or they would get application not responding messages. And there were issues where some system UI theme elements would not be updated properly when switching between day and night modes. There was a bug in the previous versions of the Android 14 beta that caused the picture-in-picture window to become unresponsive. Others noticed an issue where the lock screen wallpaper would suddenly reset to a blank or black screen after they had set a new wallpaper for the home screen. User interface animations within the stock launcher were not being displayed properly. And there was a report where the intent picker dialog was incorrectly shown during the work profile setup process, which would prevent them from completing this setup successfully. Others noticed an issue with the rounded corners of notifications not being displayed properly, and the device would become unresponsive out of nowhere if the eSIM feature was disabled. All of these issues and more that people have been noticing since the first Android 14 beta release have now been fixed. You simply need to update to the latest beta release available in order to get those issues resolved. There are still a number of bugs and known issues that have been spotted and reported by the community, but we should see at least some of them fixed in the Beta 5 update. Google's public timeline for the Android 14 beta suggests we could see the Android 14 Beta 5 released sometime this month, although this could be delayed due to some unforeseen issues. However, as of right now, there is no reason to believe the team is behind and that the new update is behind schedule. We could also see a Beta 6 or Beta 7 of Android 14 released as well. All of these last betas are considered release candidate builds that get us closer and closer to the stable update. The company has multiple categories set up within their in-house issue tracker, where the community can submit bug reports for the issues they have noticed. So if you spot something wrong with this latest release of the Android 14 beta, then be sure to check out this page for a link to the sections dedicated for those issues. And I'll be sure to include a link to this page as well as the full changelog down in the video description below. There are a lot of new features being released with Android 14 that I'll be going over in future videos here on the channel. But if you're wanting to test out this new release yourself, then I have a dedicated video that I'll also be linking to down below that shows you all of the steps involved. Right now, Google has made the Android 14 Beta 4 available for the Pixel 4a 5G, the Pixel 5 and 5a, the Pixel 6, 6 Pro, and 6a, the Pixel 7, 7 Pro, and 7a, the Pixel Fold, and the Pixel Tablet. You just have to opt into the beta program via the portal that Google has set up. Remember that this is still considered to be a beta release of Android 14. Even though we are in the platform stability stage, there are still a number of bugs to be expected, and while most of them should be rather minor, there could be others that end up making it unusable for you as a daily driver.